What's up, Aridity Man back? Welcome to a brand new video, and today we're going to be doing another Godzilla -1 news roundup. In this video, we will be continuing our chronological journey through the release and development of Godzilla -1, actually recovering a lot of ground today by talking about events that happened in May and June of 2024. Let's get into it. Starting out, huge shout out to D-Manager for this shirt. I love it. Look at that. It's just so simple and small. Godzilla raids again, and then on the back, bam, look at that. It's sick, dude. It's also got a super nice Godzilla 70 logo on the inside. Right up there, do you see it? I'm choking myself, do you see it? I love this shirt. Also the only Raids Again shirt I own. Anyways, in this video we will be jumping back into our Godzilla -1 news roundups, and much like the last Godzilla -1 news roundup, it's a very chill episode. We're still operating in that nice quiet little period between the release of Godzilla -1, when Yamazaki did a bunch of interviews talking about all the potential ideas he has for a -1 sequel, go check those videos out, and the announcement of the next Toho Godzilla movie. So in the middle of that there was a really nice quiet period, and so today we're going to be blasting through events from May and June. Starting out with some artwork, this piece comes to us from Arena Animations, and it is just beautiful. Love the hand-drawn aesthetic. Oh, it is so crazy. I love the movement in the tail swipe here. This is awesome, and it also combines one of my favorite moments in -1, which is the Godzilla tail swipe, with the iconography of the Seiko Ginza clock tower. Hey, if you want to know what that thing looks like in real life, go check out the first episode of Godzilla Ground Zero, where I travel to Tokyo to show it off in real life. It's a good video. You should go check it out. But I really love this art. I think it's a beautiful art piece, and I think they absolutely killed it with this. Bottleneck NYC is someone I've not really ever heard of before, but they released a Godzilla -1 poster, and it is beautiful. Godzilla with this atomic fire burning behind him. It just looks incredible. I love the way it's smoldering through his stomach as well. This is an incredible poster, and I'm a huge fan of it. They also released this one, which came to us from Juan Ramos, and it is so cool. Not only is the black and white sick, this is obviously for minus color, as it says there, but I love that you can see the atomic explosion behind Godzilla, the way he's shooting his beam through the sky. It's so cool. Love the ships crashing through the water. It captures the vibe of -1 so well, and I always love to see Godzilla at sea, and so this one is just a great piece as well. Finally, they released this 3D poster, which looks really cool. I love the way it moves. I love that they've animated the actual poster for -1. That's really sick as well. Uni Trading Company also released some Godzilla -1 pictures. This first one is so beautiful. I love it. I love that Godzilla's here in what looks like an older Japanese style, so I don't know what time period this would be, but it's an older Japanese time period kind of aesthetic. I love these beautiful temples, love the cherry blossoms, and I really love the way Godzilla's looming over the mountain in the background. That's just super pretty. I really am into that one. Here's this one of Godzilla attacking the Ginza district. I think this one's incredible as well. Once again from Uni Trading Co. I love it. I love Godzilla walking in. Again, love the old art aesthetic. It's so pretty, and I love the people on the roof of the clock tower freaking out, kind of capturing that moment with the reporters on the building. Actually, interestingly, and I didn't mean to pair these two pieces together, we've got two pieces that take the iconography of that moment where Godzilla tail slaps the building with the reporters and combine it with the Ginza clock tower. Pretty cool. Air Tokyo released their Godzilla merch. Pretty freaking cool. I really like the one with Godzilla in the back there, this Godzilla lands in Tokyo piece. The Godzilla Final Wars one looks pretty cool as well. Toho also released some designer -1 merch, which I think is very pretty, capturing that cherry blossom aesthetic again, which is so cute. I really like it, and I love this shirt. I think it's a great shirt. That's a really cool one. Some Godzilla bag clips were released, so you can see there's a bunch of different types, including -1, but actually my favorite of this set is the Rainbow Mothra. I think these bag clips are very pretty, and Rainbow Mothra is just a super cool design, so I really like that. Toho also released some Godzilla key reels. I have no idea what this is, but I think you just clip it onto your keychain, probably to give it some extra dimensions so you don't lose your keys as easy, but there's the key reels, and they did have one for -1. They also released some battle line keychains, which these are my favorite of the ones I'm showing off here. I think these are so cute. Love the battle line art style. I just think it's so cool. Also, the artwork is typically done by my buddy Shinji Nishikawa, which is awesome. And it does feature Godzilla -1. Love battle line, love the art style, and love that stuff. Some pins and posters were released, including Godzilla -1 and Shin Godzilla. I love this one of Kamata-kun crashing on top of the word Godzilla. That is so cute. And then again, a it does feature Godzilla -1 walking around. Pretty sweet. These are just adorable. So some new defo art style Godzilla things were released. I love these pictures. I really, really love that crazy Shin Godzilla with his goofy little hands, and I love the way they've done -1. There were some acrylic stands, keychains, pillows, and shirts released with these designs. Speaking of pillows, Toho released a wave of Godzilla pillows, including Burning Godzilla, a cute little Godzilla kitty, Chibi Godzilla, and of course my Goji, looking pretty cool there. Does not look like Earth's most comfortable pillow of all of them, but it's pretty fun. They also released a series of Godzilla cups, and I think the -1 cups are the prettiest, especially that one with the US poster on it. That is sick. I love that. They released some jars with it, they released some glasses with it, so you can see all the different styles there. Of this weird little Godzilla merch they were releasing at this time, my favorite is actually the Godzilla -1 umbrella. They could not have picked a cooler image of Godzilla to go on the inside of the umbrella, and this one I really want. I actually think this one is super sick and probably very underrated. I've never heard anybody talk about it, but it's so cool. Flats released a black Godzilla -1 puzzle. This is their third iteration of their Godzilla -1 3D puzzles. This one has 164 pieces. There were also My Goji phone holders which were released, featuring Godzilla, and he could hold your phone while it charges. There's also one where he's all atomic charged up, and these are available on the Godzilla store right now. There's also this crazy Bandai Movie Monster series Godzilla -1 heat ray emission version, which is just crazy. Why does it look like that? He is so chunga. I don't understand, but it's a lot of fun. Honestly, not my favorite, but I think it's neat. I do like how different it is, but it does look a little odd. I can't get over how strange it looks. The X Plus Godzilla heat ray version was released at Godzilla the Art. Godzilla had a collaboration with the San Francisco Giants at Oracle Park, and this event featured a Godzilla -1 bobblehead crossover where Godzilla -1 is fighting the San Francisco, whatever that thing is. I think it's an otter. I think their mascot's an otter. But there's Godzilla fighting the otter, and it's very cute. That bobblehead sold out, and the event was held for Japan Heritage Day. Some heat ray spicy cheese flavored popcorn boxes were released at Silk Hat stores that featured Godzilla -1 on them, and they had these little Godzilla cards that went with them. Godzilla Battle Line celebrated its 3rd anniversary with this wonderful artwork from Mr. Matt Frank, friend of the channel. This has Godzilla 54, a 90s Godzilla, and Godzilla -1 all looking incredible. I love this artwork. Matt killed it with this. And to celebrate, they released a Godzilla -1 pack, which had the 2 different versions of Godzilla -1 in the game, as well as the Shinden in it. The Godzilla -1 trailers, both the English and Japanese versions, finally passed 10 million views on YouTube. Toho then celebrated Godzilla -1's theatrical attendance, surpassing 5 million people in Japan, an enormous number. That is incredible. Godzilla -1 then released on Netflix and digital on June 1st, 2024. The English dub of Godzilla hit streaming as well and caused some ripples with the changes it made to the dialogue. But if you want to hear my thoughts on it, I did review the English dub. I think people were over-exaggerating. I actually think it's pretty solid. Godzilla Minus Color was then announced to be coming to Netflix a little later. Of course, I do believe it is on there right now. So if you want to go check it out, you can go check it out on Netflix right now. Godzilla -1 wound up topping the Netflix charts in the United States. Pretty awesome. And not only that, but it destroyed its digital release, becoming the first film ever to be #1 on both Netflix and iTunes on digital at the exact same time. What an incredible release Godzilla -1 had. Not only was it dominating in the United States theatrical market against all odds, but it went on to kill it in the digital market, and it's still making waves as the movie is still doing very well on digital, on streaming, and now on Blu-ray and DVD in stores. We love to see it, man. We love to see it. Could not have happened to a nicer movie. I'm so happy for -1. On June 13th, Godzilla -1's wide release in Japan did reportedly come to an end after 223 days in theaters. Now, that's not to say it wasn't still playing in Japan. It was. It actually played in Toho cinemas for over a year. The movie held out for over a year in Toho cinemas. I just think that they dialed back the amount of showings it was doing, especially after the big wave of re-releases we talked about in the last video, which had like commentary versions of the movies playing in theaters, fan screening versions of the movies playing in theaters, minus color, -1, all these specialty versions playing in theaters, versions where you could get golden Godzilla merch and whatever. After all of that died out, the big wide release finally drew to a close in Japan, and it held out in select Toho cinemas throughout a full year, but the main release was over. Godzilla Expo was announced to be held at Tokyo Midtown Hibiya in August through September, and they celebrated with the release of a poster. I believe it was like a little Godzilla museum setup, but hey, that's gonna be some news for August and September, so we'll get there when we get there. As for for now, the poster's awesome, and the Tokyo Midtown Hibiya is actually right in the heart of Godzilla Square, another location you can see me visit in the first episode of Godzilla Ground Zero. Finally, Takashi Yamazaki was invited to join the Academy of Motion Pictures Arts and Sciences. And I don't really understand what this is in full, but basically, as I understand, the Academy of Motion Pictures Arts and Sciences is kind of what it sounds like. It's an academy for bettering the art and science of filmmaking, and getting into filmmaking techniques and talking about how to improve those. So it's a really big honor for him to join, and he's also a fantastic pick. Not only does he come from Japan, which offers him a unique perspective to a lot of US or European filmmakers, but also him being a writer, director, and most importantly, visual effects director, it gives him a really ranged perspective and allows him to have a lot of really important say in how filmmaking can and should be improved. So it couldn't have happened to a better person. And that is where we will leave off for this one, guys. Thank you so much for watching. As always, I want to give a huge thank you to my patrons over on Patreon. It is through the support of the patrons that I'm able to make videos like this for you in the first place, and the Patreon is what keeps this channel running. Big thank you to the patrons. If you want to support the Patreon, you can use the link in the description below where you can get early access to content, access to the Discord community, and more. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I will see you all next time for the next one. D-Man out.